Hi, it's Your Natural Living Life here, and I'm gonna do a video. Today's gonna be a cooking video. One of my subscribers suggested for me to do it. You know who you are. Next time, write it in the comments below. You know who you are. So I'm cooking. It's gonna be a cooking video today. So something different. I'm cooking curry chicken. So I just wanted to show you what I do, what I use, how I prepare it. So right now, I just cooked the rice, which is basmati rice. I cooked, and I add some butter in there. And I like basmati rice. One of my other subscribers / friends suggested it, and I tried it last week, and it's really a nice eating rice. It's lighter than the regular rice, it's thinner, and it's not heavy. So, all right, say hi.
Hi.
That's Tariq. You remember him from the previous video. So the basmati rice, I cooked that, and it's kind of steaming down right now. So right now I already seasoned up my curry chicken. I use Better Pack curry. This is my favorite curry powder, Better Pack. And I use some powdered garlic from Badia. I use some oxtail and stew seasoning. Although it's for oxtail and stew, I still put some of this on my other meats or chicken or seafood that I use because I like the flavor that it adds to the food. I also put a little bit of Maggi all-purpose seasoning on there. And I usually use the fresh ginger, but I bought this in the store the other day. It's bottled ginger by Spice World, and you squeeze it, but to me it doesn't taste the same. But I'm just using it just to use it up. So I cut up my onions, my peppers, my red peppers, my orange peppers, and my scallions. And then in the stove, I put some garlic in there, and I put a little onion in there, and I let those brown some. And I'm using coconut oil in to fry that. So I'm going to add my chicken to the pot. Adding my chicken to the pot, and I'm gonna let that brown for a little bit. Oh, I also add a little bit of soy sauce to my chicken as well. And sometimes I'll also use this fish and meat sauce. And I don't use a lot of it. I just put a little bit on there just for some flavor. And if it comes out too salty, what I do, I just put some water in it to make the gravy, and that usually thins it out, makes it not too salty. So I also cut up some thyme on there. I love thyme. I love the flavor that it adds to the food. So I'm adding my chicken to the pot. It's hard working with one hand holding the phone and then the other hand trying to cook. So usually when I work on Wednesdays, I have a meeting from 1 o'clock in the afternoon to pretty much 4:30, 5 o'clock in the evening. When I come home, I like to cook something quick and easy. And I find that this is quick and easy for me. If it's not spaghetti, I find that this is quick and easy. So I usually use the chicken breast, the boneless chicken breast. because it cooks fairly quickly to me. And the basmati rice also, it didn't take long to cook. It cooks pretty quick because I think I put it on maybe about 20 minutes or so, and it was 95% cooked. I'm just steaming it down now because I put some butter, as suggested by one of my subscribers. You know who you are, to add butter to the pot to give it more flavor. So I add my curry chicken to the stove. Most Jamaican households, at least I should say 99% of Jamaican households, have one of these pots. We call it the Dutch pot. It pretty much cooks everything. So I'm cooking it in a Dutch pot right now. So I'm making that brown. Well, not brown, but like cooked down. Turn the fire up a little bit. I use coconut oil. I usually use what do you call that oil? Canola oil with most of my cooking, but I decided to use coconut oil because coconut oil to me adds like the best flavor to certain things that you cook. And I've used coconut oil before to cook chicken, curry chicken, and it adds such a nice flavor to the food. So, and I love to smell coconut oil when it's cooking. I love that smell in the kitchen. So it's cooking down in the coconut oil right now. So although I have my, we call this seasoning in Jamaica, the onions, the sweet peppers, the scallion, I already add garlic in the pot. The garlic cooked down in the oil, so that's giving it a nice garlicky flavor. And although we did all of that, then close to the end, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut up some potatoes and carrots and then put it on top of all the other stuff and turn the fire down really low and let it cook, you know, like simmer, let the gravy form, let everything just simmer down together. Sometimes I would cut up a few pieces of Scotch bonnet pepper in the pot, but I have to feed a 3-year-old, so I'll pass the pepper. I have like a pepper sauce that my uncle made. It's like it's in this bottle, but he made this pepper sauce. He Scotch bonnet pepper, garlic, onion, and so much other stuff. He blended up together, and it makes a nice sauce. Pepper. Put it on your meats or whatever. So it's still cooking down. I don't use a lot of coconut oil because I don't like my meats to be oily. Sometimes when people cook curry chicken, they have a lot of grease and oil in the gravy. I don't like that. So I use as little amount of oil that I can use, and then close to the end when the chicken is partially cooked, then I add water to it. And it's not greasy, it's not oily, the gravy, by the time it finished simmering and cooking down. So that's how I like it. So thank you to my subscriber who suggested for me to do a cooking vlog. Thank you, that was a good idea, but like I said, next time write it in the comments below. You know who you are. Please, I need suggestions. Any suggestions, I'm open to any suggestions on what to do on my vlog channel or what to talk about. So this was very helpful for me when she suggested that. So I hope you like it. So I'm gonna add the other stuff to it right now, and then I'm gonna put some water in there and cover the pot and let it simmer down a little bit. And then I'll come back to you and show you what it looks like. So this, I just cut up my carrots and my potatoes and I put them in the pot. See? Put them in the pot. And now it's cooking. I'm gonna cover the pot and let it cook down for maybe a half an hour. It probably won't need that long, but because the carrots and the potatoes just went in, I'm gonna leave them in for about half an hour to 45 minutes. Turn the fire down really low and let it cook. And in about a couple hours, the curry chicken and rice should be done. So this is the rice. I'm turning off the stove now. The rice is done. Nice and light. Flaky. I love that. And then that's the curry chicken. Potatoes and the carrots are cooking. And then I'm gonna turn down the stove and let it cook. Let it cook, let it simmer down. Make its own gravy. I already put a little bit of water in the pot so it can make the gravy. Sometimes also what I would do, I'd get the fresh cilantro, the cilantro bush. I don't think I have any right now. Well, I do. I'll get the fresh cilantro bush and cut off some of the greenery part. Cut off some of the greenery part and put in there. And this also adds a nice flavor to the pot. I store it in my freezer, so that's why it looks like this. Fresh cilantro bush. So I'm gonna cut a little bit off and put in the pot, and this will add a nice flavor to it as well. So this is my curry chicken dinner, how I cook it, what I use, and it usually turns out to be the bomb. So any comments, questions, other suggestions, please do it in the comment section below. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And thank you to my subscribers now. Thank you for subscribing and watching my videos. Thank you, I appreciate it. Until next time, it's Janatra Living Life. Bye.